Guten Morgen! It's a German accent guy, and today I'm taking you on a car overnighter while showing you my complete overnighter setup. From sleeping system to clean water and safety gear. Let's do it! The car I'm using is not modified into a camper van or anything like that. It's just a normal car. The only thing I can do is fold down the seats on the right side, and that's it. I do keep a dedicated emergency kit in that car at all times, and I already made a full video about it. Going to link it here. But today I'm showing you guys the stuff that I actually pack when I'm planning to spend the night in the car. And it's all in there. Alright, let's unpack everything I bring for a car overnighter. This may look slightly excessive for one night, but keep in mind, this setup works just as well for a quick overnight as it does for longer road trips. And comfort is still underrated. First up, vacuum sealed spare clothing. This keeps everything compact, dry and surprisingly organized. Also useful if you manage to spill coffee on yourself within the first 10 minutes, which has definitely never happened to me. Sports and travel towel. Compact, quick drying and useful for way more than just showering. Inflatable camping pillow. Could you survive without it? Yes. Would your neck hate you the next morning? Also yes. Thermarest air mattress. Probably one of the biggest comfort upgrades you can bring for sleeping in a normal car. A wool blanket as an extra insulation layer. Very versatile, warm even when damp and just generally a classic. Sleeping bag, obviously. Your temperature rating should match the season, unless you enjoy becoming a human burrito of regret. Basic hygiene kit. Toothbrush, toothpaste, hand sanitizer and tissues. Small items, huge quality of life improvement. And of course, a book. In my case, the Zombie Survival Guide, because nothing says relaxing evening like preparing for societal collapse. While the first container was basically everything related to sleeping and basic human dignity, container number 2 is where things get significantly more interesting. First, snacks. Nuts, wasabi nuts, protein bars, basically morale boosters in edible form. Tissue box that also doubles as paper towels. Dual use items are always welcome. Egg carrier, because broken eggs inside a gearbox would be a catastrophic emotional event. Freeze-dried camping meal for a quick hot dinner with minimal effort. Cast iron pan if I feel slightly ambitious. Titanium pan for lighter cooking. And a stainless steel cooking set for general use. Titanium camping mug, which also stores tea, instant coffee and utensils. Storage inside storage, we like efficiency here. Compact gas stove, small, reliable and responsible for most warm meals and caffeine intake. Knife and a small cutting board, because trying to cut food on random surfaces is usually a bad idea. Aluminum foil, incredibly versatile, cooking, wrapping food, improvised wind protection, you name it. Paracord and bungee cords. If you camp often, you'll eventually find 10 unexpected uses for both. Small cleaning kit with a sponge and dish soap. Nobody likes greasy cookware the next morning. Sunscreen, because the sun is still trying to kill you, even on an overnighter. Trash bag, leave no trace and also avoid turning your car into a mobile garbage container. Spare bag for laundry, groceries and gear organization. Foldable water container for storing larger amounts of water without wasting space. My Itehil RO water filter. For longer trips, having a reliable source of clean water is a huge comfort upgrade. Reverse osmosis removes a wide range of contaminants, which makes this a really nice addition for both camping and preparedness. Do not miss my dedicated filter test, linked in the upper right corner. And of course, the accessories bag with all the necessary parts. I also always carry some backup water in the car, regardless of the trip, because redundancy is never a bad idea when it comes to hydration. Next up, the Tech and Comfort box. Thermocell for mosquito defense, because nature is beautiful until it starts biting. CO2 meter. Very useful when sleeping in a car, especially for monitoring ventilation and air quality. Solar charger for topping up devices during longer stays. 2 lanterns, because 1 is none and 2 is, well, 2. Red light torch for preserving night vision and being less annoying. Olight Perun 3 headlamp. Probably one of the most useful pieces of kit here. Hands-free lighting is always a win. 10,000 mAh power bank for charging essentials. And a pouch with all the charging cables I need, because every device apparently requires a different cable just to be difficult. Also nice to have, a cooling bag for fresh food, drinks or other temperature sensitive items. And having some personal safety items can also make sense, like a very bright flashlight and other legal safety tools appropriate for your location. And that is everything laid out for a simple but very comfortable car overnighter setup. Again, this is not about ultralight minimalism. This is about turning a normal car into a surprisingly capable overnight setup, without needing a camper build or permanent modifications. A little preparation goes a long way. And if you add a couple of camping chairs and a small camping table, your comfort level goes up significantly. This makes a lot of sense on an actual campsite or camping ground, where you can probably set up and enjoy the space. But if your goal is staying discreet, this is probably not the move. Setting up a full outdoor living room next to your car in a supermarket parking lot is not exactly what I would call low profile. Carrying spare fuel is a smart move, especially for cooking or backup use, but only if you can store it outside the vehicle. Keeping a fuel canister inside the car is a terrible idea, because inhaling fuel fumes all night is not exactly part of the overnighter experience we are aiming for. I'll link all the gear shown in this video in the description below, in case you're interested in getting into camping yourself. And now, before attracting too much attention, I'm moving the car away from my overnight spot to filter some water. the canister is filling up with pristine water, I'm having a quick look at the weather forecast and rain radar, because today's weather looks a little unpredictable. In the meantime, feel free to grab yourself a coffee or another beverage of your choice. And by the way, I got the filter for free, but the video is not sponsored by iTail. Finally time for a hike, let's do it! I'm back at the car and pretty hungry, but before I start cooking I wanted to mention that having Crocs, flip-flops or sandals is pretty cool when you're doing a car overnighter, I can tell you. Let's have another look at the actual overnighter spot. I arrived at the spot and now it's time to put the car in a sleeping configuration. So that's it. It's pretty simple, but it works. And there's another thing I forgot to show you guys earlier. It's in this hidden compartment below the trunk. Let's have a look. Yeah, covers for my windows. I'll put them on later. Also pretty cool, it's a cover for your trunk, because you can store stuff on it and put it below the car. Pretty cool. Also forgot this important kit. Toilet paper and wet wipes. And you can guess why it came to my mind. Be right back. Covered some of the windows, but not all of them. It's pretty weird, you just have to push them in the frame. They have like a wire and then they stick. I only covered the side exposed to the morning sun, but next time I would at least cover the windshield as well. So pretty much CO2 base level in here now. Let's close the rear. It's exactly 10 o'clock. Wow, only 15 minutes. Incredible. 1720 ppm. Yeah, and I was just lying here waiting, to be honest. Yeah, let's get it fresh air in and then I crank the windows open. Well, I'm definitely tired. Good night, guys.
Eight hours later.
Guten Morgen. Even with both windows cracked open and the sunroof slightly open for ventilation, the CO2 levels were still surprisingly high in the morning, which shows how quickly air quality can decline when sleeping in a car. That was my car overnighter gear, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and see you in the next one.